What is happening in the Nashville luxury real estate market? We are going to be tackling everything from what our numbers are showing us in terms of how the market is moving at that luxury price point. Plus, we're going to be looking at why we've seen a surge in our luxury market since 2020, as well as looking at what people are looking for in terms of the experience and design of new construction luxury homes. So all of that and more coming up in today's video. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin Martin and I am a local luxury Nashville real estate agent and founder of the Caitlin Martin team, powered by Weigert Realtors, the Andrews Group. I specialize in working with savvy sellers who want to sell right and sell smart, as well as working with out-of-staters looking to relocate to the Middle Tennessee area. Now, if this is your first time stopping by my channel, thank you so much. Please feel free to click subscribe down below so that you are notified anytime I release new video content. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about all things Nashville luxury real estate market. So I've actually done a recent market update, which if you want to see that, just go ahead and click up here, because even though we're going to be niching down and just talking about the luxury market, I think it's still important, if you want to have a larger context of what's happening in the Nashville market, to take a look at that video and what our statistics are showing us. So in today's video, we're not only going to be talking about the trends that we're seeing, but we're also going to be talking about why Nashville has seen a surge in our luxury price point, as well as all of the new build inventory at those luxury price points. Plus, what are we seeing? How are those homes selling, especially as we've kind of watched the market just make changes over the last several months? Plus, what are we seeing in terms of the new design trends in terms of luxury real estate? We're going to be tackling all of that. So let's first talk about why people are choosing the Middle Tennessee area when it comes to making luxury home purchases. So if we actually rewind time just a little bit back to 2020. So even prior to 2020, Nashville's been a really popular relocation destination for the better part now of the last 10 to 11 years. There's been ebbs and flows in the different paces of the seller's market, but Nashville has predominantly stayed in a seller's market for the better part of the last decade or so. Now, the other thing to know about that is, Nashville, again, we continue to be a part of this relocation trend and have been even prior to 2020. However, when 2020 came about and the world shut down, about 6 to 8 weeks after the world shut down, we noticed a dramatic uptick in our real estate market, because since people were able to work remote, all of a sudden people were saying, well, if I don't have to stay where I am, where can I go? So when people were doing the research, the Middle Tennessee area continued to land on the top of a lot of people's lists. And the reasons for that are the fact that we have no state income tax, which puts more money back in your pocket. We are actually the third least tax state behind Alaska and Wyoming. So again, more money coming back into the pocket. We're also a business-friendly tax state, which, yes, people were relocating for personal reasons, but we've also seen businesses relocate their headquarters here. And the businesses that are coming are bringing good paying jobs and great talent with them. So we have watched the Middle Tennessee area especially, and again, the reasons why people are moving here, it's not just the money aspect. You have people also moving here for personal reasons as well, because it fits the kind of lifestyle that they're looking for. As of Q2 of 2022, Nashville actually ranked #1 in terms of top luxury real estate markets in the country. And one of the many reasons for that was because you get such a different variety in terms of different types of luxury properties. So in the Middle Tennessee area, you can find everything from high-rise luxury condos in downtown Nashville to luxury lake properties around Old Hickory Lake, to luxury farm properties, to luxury homes that sit on massive amounts of acreage, to also just luxury homes that sit in nice high-end luxury neighborhoods. So we have a vast variety in terms of just the different types of luxury property. You're not just pigeonholed into just one or two different types. It really can be finding the right luxury property that fits to the lifestyle that you're looking for in the Middle Tennessee area. So we have all of those factors going for us. Now in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at several different statistics. In this video in particular, we are going to be honing in on Williamson County. If this is your first introduction to the Middle Tennessee area and you want to learn more about Williamson County, you can actually go and click this video up here where it dives into what is Williamson County, what towns are in Williamson County. It can be really helpful to help you better understand the area, especially if this is one of your first time starting to explore what the Middle Tennessee area has to offer. Now, you may be wondering what is considered luxury here in the Middle Tennessee area. So when we're talking about Williamson County, because each county based on different data points is going to have a different price point that is considered the luxury threshold. So in Williamson County, that price point sits at 1.2 million. So at 1.2 million and above, that's going to be considered luxury properties in and around the Middle Tennessee area. Another reason why people have looked in the Middle Tennessee area for luxury property is because where they're coming from, a lot of times their money's going to go further in getting them the house and the property that they want here versus what they could get where they're coming from. So just know, as we start to dive into the various statistics, just know that we are looking at Williamson County single family homes that sit at that 1.2 and above threshold. Now, the other thing to keep in mind is we're talking about our luxury market. I mentioned towards the beginning of this video that since 2020, we've actually seen a surge in our luxury real estate market. We have watched more luxury homes come to the market, as well as we've watched the price point be pushed in terms of where our luxury market is going. So when you actually take a look at our numbers compared to other markets that have luxury real estate like Charlotte and Austin, we are actually running neck and neck with them in terms of numbers. So let's actually take a look at those numbers really quick before we dive into some further statistics. So in Nashville, if we're taking a look at how many homes are sitting at that 1 million price point. And now, one thing to know as we go through these statistics, this is looking at Middle Tennessee as a whole compared to Charlotte as a whole compared to Austin as a whole. But we will start wide, and then we're going to go back to talking about Williamson County. So let's actually take a look at that really quick. So in Nashville, at the 1 million price point, you have 1,283 homes. Austin at the 1 million price point has 1,574, and Charlotte at the 1 million price point is sitting at 606. Now, if we jump that price point from 1 million up to 5 million, then in Nashville, you're going to have about 71 properties on the market. In Austin, you have 85, and in Charlotte, you have 23. Now, from 5 million, we're going to take a look at 8 million and 10 million. So let's take a look at 8 million for a luxury property in Nashville. We have about 27 homes on the market. Austin at 8 million, you've got about 20. In Charlotte, you've got just 5. And then let's also take a look at the 10 million mark, because believe it or not, I feel like you start to hear 10 million and you're thinking more places like New York, Chicago, California. But there's still going to be a bit of a surprise here, potentially, maybe, for you. So let's take a look at that. In Nashville, at 10 million and above, we have 16 homes on the market. In Austin, at 10 million, they've got about 13. And in Charlotte, you've got about 3. So as you can see, we are still competitive. And the thing about it, as you'll see when we dive into those numbers, especially within Williamson County, you're gonna notice that that market is still moving. Here in the Middle Tennessee area, what we've noticed is, so we were a white hot market from the back half of 2020, really The peak of the market started in mid-March of 2021 and it lasted through about April of 2022, where things were going exceedingly over list. Inventory was super, super low. And I mean, we were getting 30, 40 bids on homes, again, going exceedingly over 75, 100, 150,000 over in order to win a home. Then we started to watch the brakes get pumped on the market a little bit, starting around April of 2022. And then we've just kind of watched ourselves stabilize as we've moved through 2022 into 2023. And so even though there's a lot of headlines that talk about doom and gloom with the real estate market, even though we're battling things like interest rates, the Nashville market is still moving, and that's what we're taking a look at. And we especially want to take a look at the luxury market in particular. So let's go and take a look at those statistics.
Okay, so you're taking a look at InfoSparks. This is directly tied to our MLS system to give us data in about as live time as you can. It's going to be about a month behind, just because we've got to wait for each month to close out and for the statistics to be entered. However, what you can see here, this orange line is going to represent all luxury properties that are going to be at that 1 million price point and above for the entire MLS, the entire Middle Tennessee area. And we're going to be comparing that with what is happening within Williamson County in particular. So there's going to be a couple of statistics that we take a look at to, again, just give you an idea of what's happening in our luxury market at these different price points. So this is going to be the average sales price point. And as you can see, this is going to be for single family homes that are at that 1 million and above price point. So as you can see, for the entire MLS, we're looking at 1,736,351. That's going to be as of September 2023. And then you can see just a little below in Williamson County, it's going to be 1,714,000. And then as you can see in Williamson County, it's going to be sitting right there at 1,714,837. That's actually a slight decrease of 3.2% from September of last year. So you can kind of see the trend that we're seeing overall. So then we're also going to take a look in terms of percent of original list price, because one thing that I do continue to hear is people talking about when are prices going to drop, the Nashville market's overinflated. And so if you take a look at this as of September 2023, for that luxury 1 million price point, so if you actually take a look at the entire MLS, when we're looking at median percentage of original lists, that's telling us what percentage of the original list price did homes in that 1 million and above price point sell. And so for the entire MLS, you're looking at 97.9%, which is right there at just a little over 2% decrease from the same time last year. In Williamson County, still going at 99.2%. We'll flip it over to average. You'll watch the numbers change just a little bit, which you're going to see the 96.4 for the entire MLS and the 97.7. Again, slight decreases from last year. But again, if people are expecting to get massive price decreases on homes, our market is still just not dictating for that to happen. Okay, so now we've switched over. I've changed the setting over here to show at 5 million and above. Again, we're comparing the entire MLS to the Williamson County area to show all single family homes at 5 million and above, what's happening in that portion of the market. So here you can see the entire MLS sitting at 97.5%. Williamson County is sitting at 95% at that 5 million mark and above. If we take a look at the median, you're looking at 97.2% and 96.8%. So again, just things to keep in mind. We can also take a look at days on market. At this price point at 5 million and above, you're looking at about on average 14 days for the entire MLS. In Williamson County, you're looking at 25 days. If we're looking at the average, of course, some homes, just depending on their condition and whatnot, can take a little bit longer to sell. So again, you're looking at 44 days versus 54 days in Williamson County. Now you can see these are big upticks from the same time last year. So we do see a bit of an increase in days on market. However, if we're considering days on market, anything that is 5 months or less is going to be considered a seller's market. And so anything that takes between 5 and 6 months to sell, that's considered a neutral market. Anything 6 months and above is considered a buyer's market. So we are still sitting in a seller's market. It's just our days on market have ticked up just a bit. However, if you compare this back to October of 2020, even January of 2020, you can see that those days on market were still higher than what we are dealing with now. And those were just, the first one's just before the market went crazy. The other is, headed into the winter of 2020 before that major explosion came in March of 2021. Okay, so now let's take a look at that 8 million threshold for a single family home, both Williamson County and the entire MLS. So if we're taking a look at it, this is median percentage of original list price. These are neck and neck in terms of 90.6%, 90.8% for Williamson County. So again, this is at 8 million. You are now starting to see, now that we've crossed that 8 million and above threshold, obviously the percentage of original list price is sitting there right around 90%, whereas we were seeing, 94, 96, 98, just depending on the lower price points. So you do have, what this is showing us is you do have more negotiating room with the price. But what this is showing us is that the median of original list price, they're still getting about 90% of what it is that they originally asked for. Now, if we switch that over to average, that actually goes up a little bit. The entire MLS at 8 million and above, sitting at 96.4, Williamson County sitting at 92.1. And again, let's take a look at average days on market. Even at the 8 million and above threshold, you're still looking at about an average of 22 days on market. The entire MLS is at 43. And then if we switch it over to median, entire MLS, 14, Williamson County, you're looking at 25. So now that we've looked at 8 million, let's take a look at what 10 million is. Okay, so now we have the settings for 10 million and above for single family homes in the entire MLS and in Williamson County. Again, looking at percentage of original list price, the average puts the entire MLS right there at 90.4%, Williamson County 90.7. If we flip that over to median, very similar numbers, 90%, 90.7 for Williamson County. And then if we take a look at days on market, your median is going to be 25 for both. And then if we look at the average, the entire MLS is looking at 54, while Williamson County is looking at 25, which is a decrease actually on days on market from the same time last year. And then one other thing that I want to take a look at before we go and start talking about the different experience and trends that we're seeing in the luxury price point is new listings. So as you can see, this graph goes all the way back to January of 2020, which is right before our market popped off. And like I said, we have watched our luxury market continue to grow. And so as you can see, this graph is showing us here, this is still at the 10 million and above single family home price point. So as you can see with this graph, the way it's charting, back in 2020, we only had 4 new listings at 10 million and above in Williamson County, only 15 in the entire MLS. And so as you can see, as we pull this number out, you can just watch how this has grown. Williamson County as of November of last year was sitting at 29 new listings. The entire MLS was 49. And again, we've just kind of watched a bit of an ebb and flow, but still, even as of September 2023, we've had 19 new listings in Williamson County come to the market at 10 million and above, and 35 for the entire MLS. So you can see that, yes, even at that price point, we've watched our luxury market grow, and we'll actually back it out to 8, 5, and 1 real quick, just so you can just see how our luxury market has grown over the last couple of years. Okay, so now we've backed it out to all single family homes at that 5 million threshold. And so as you can see, again, just the way that our market has grown. Back in January 2020, there were only 33 new listings that came to the market at 5 million and above, whereas now we're looking as of September 2023, 132 for Williamson County, 225 for the entire MLS. And again, compare that back to January of 2020, where the entire MLS is 62. Williamson County was 33. Now again, let's take a quick look. Okay, so here we are actually, there we go, had to flip it. But here we are looking at 8 million and above for single family homes in the entire MLS, Williamson County. Again, you can just see the upward trajectory. Back in January of 2020, there were only 9 new listings that came to the market at 8 million and above, the entire MLS at 25. Whereas here now, as of September 2023, whereas 66 new listings at 8 million and above came to the market as of September 2023 for the entire MLS, 38 in Williamson County. You can see that's a growth of 15.2% from the same time last year for Williamson County, and an uptick of 1.5% for the entire MLS. Now let's take a look at 5 million. We can put in the 5 million piece here. Okay, so now we're back down to the 1 million price point for single family homes. As you can see, major growth that we've seen back in January of 2020. The entire MLS had 2,705. Williamson County had 1,160 new listings come to the market. Whereas here in September of 2023, we had 7,260 come to the market. For the entire MLS, in Williamson County, 3,287. Both are seeing growth. Williamson County seeing a growth of almost 12% and almost 10% for the entire MLS. So as you can see, we have certainly watched our luxury market grow. We have definitely watched the number of new listings in these different price points come to the market. That has continued to grow. And again, when it comes to the way that they're selling, they're still, even at those higher luxury price points, they're still selling. They're still in a seller's market. Yes, days on market has increased just a bit, but you can see at the various price points just at what percentage of list price they're still selling, which again, when people think that our market is taking this massive hit because of the way the market's moving, and it's really just stabilizing because that white hot market was unsustainable for us. So we're really just stabilizing. But as you can see, there's still a demand, and homes at these various luxury price points are still selling. So now let's actually take a look at the different design trends that we are seeing in the luxury market.
So let's just talk about what we're seeing overall in terms of trend, especially when it comes to new construction in those luxury price points. So one of the biggest things that we're seeing is there's really an experience-driven build in terms of when designers and architects are looking at building these luxury homes. They're really looking for what kind of experience can we offer for these buyers who are looking at homes in this price point. We're really watching now in the luxury market where people are starting to add experience into heavily weighing into their decision. So is this home going to give them the lifestyle and the experience that they're seeking? It's not just, does it check the boxes in terms of beds, baths, square footage, location. They're really wanting to be able to see how they can live and experience the home. We're watching a bigger trend move towards that way. They really want to be able to have that home fit the lifestyle that they are envisioning. And so part of that, we are starting to see new trends come out in the design of these new construction homes. One of the big trends that we're starting to see is more of this biophilic design. What does that mean? They're really trying to blend and connect homeowners with the outdoors. And that's not just through, indoor, outdoor living type situations, which is popular here in Middle Tennessee just because of our seasons. You can typically use an outdoor space or have that indoor, outdoor living about 3 out of 4 seasons of the year. If you're wanting to learn more about the seasons in the Middle Tennessee area, please feel free to click up here to check out that video that I've done. However, we're noticing that in that biophilic design, it's really also paying attention to different ventilation and to lighting and to really kind of blending seamlessly the outdoors with the indoors. We also know that sustainability and green features are continuing to be a bigger piece in terms of the design process when it does come to luxury homes. We're also watching smart home automation being built into luxury so that it makes truly the experience and the lifestyle more friendly and less burdensome on the luxury buyer. Another trend that we're seeing is also just a design trend towards more warm tone features. Of course, at the luxury price point, there is more of an emphasis put on the finish of a build. So whereas, you know, sometimes you can have the more luxury appearance, but when you actually take a look at the appliance package, or maybe you're taking a look at the crown molding or even the doors, you know, they're hollow. It's not as finished as you might expect, but we've really watched this trend push towards making sure there's things like solid core doors. You really have that push towards making sure that they are putting in the true luxury appliances from Wolf to Thermador. We're noticing obviously a lot of more solid core doors going in. There's just a true attention to detail when it comes to really putting on those luxury finishes that really set apart the luxury home from the one that is, it has the appearance, but when you start to look at the details, it's just not as finished as those other homes that are sitting, you know, with designers and with builders that are really focused on making sure that it's a quality build all the way through. And then the last major trend that we're seeing is a push for privacy. So one of the big trends that we're seeing is obviously more people are wanting homes that back to trees or that provide privacy so that they don't feel like they have neighbors looking in on them. So again, that's another one of the big trends that we're seeing. But overall, a couple of points to just remember with our luxury market. It is still continuing to move. You know, most of the time luxury buyers are not as affected by things like interest rates. So we are still continuing to see growth within the number of new listings coming to the market. We are still seeing homes even at that ultra luxury price point. They are still moving. It's still going within a seller's market time frame. And we do continue to have new luxury communities built within the Middle Tennessee area, particularly also Williamson County. And again, if you're looking at luxury, one of the reasons why people are drawn to the Middle Tennessee area for the luxury price point is because your money's going to go further here. You have many different opportunities for different types of luxury property, and your money typically goes further here in getting you your new home versus what you paid in the areas that you are coming from. So if you were thinking about making a move to the Middle Tennessee area, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. All of my contact information is below. If you're ready to start that conversation, you can click the link that's down below to go ahead and book a Zoom discovery call with me so that we can start to talk about what it is you're looking for and see if we're a good fit to work together. And if you're not quite ready for that just yet, that's okay too. I do have a free Nashville relocation guide located down below that you can click and download as well. Again, my name is Caitlin Martin. I'll see you next time.